What's up, everyone? I'm Andrew Clyden. Welcome to the Door County Pulse, your weekly roundup of the good news and views in Door County. This week on the Door County Pulse, some new and modified ways to get outside and run. We dig deep into all things lavender, and we learn what's next in the Beach of the Week series. All that and more on the Door County Pulse. Getting out for a morning jog is a great way to start your day, but if you're the type of person who likes to take in a couple races every year, your options have been pretty limited this summer, and for good reason. Two more athletic events have been canceled this fall, the Peninsula Century Fall Challenge and the Hey Hey 5K, unfortunately, won't be returning this year. But the Peninsula Pacers are encouraging folks to support the nonprofits that have been impacted by all of the event cancellations this year. So if you love participating every year, this is a great way to show your support for the organizations that make these events possible. You can see a full list on the screen right now. One running event that is still set to go on is the Fall 50, although it has been heavily modified from years past. Some COVID-related considerations are being made, including staggered starts from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., one representative per team at packet pickup, and accommodations and encouragement for social distancing at the post-race party. If you'd rather run on your own this month, the Wisconsin Humane Society is doing a virtual pet walk where you can sign up to run on the road, on the trails, or even on your treadmill and raise funds for animals in need through September 12th. Now we're going to check in with Maddie Sherrill to learn more about this week's featured beach. So I'm here with Maddie Sherrill, who's written another in her series of beach showcases. And tell me a little bit about what the new beach is this week.
So this week I did Newport Beach, so that's at Newport State Park. And Newport State Park, I didn't realize, but it has like 11 miles of shoreline, so there's plentiful opportunity for beaches. But you know, because the water's so high, the original, like the first entry point where the beach usually is in its bulk is kind of rocky, so. But if you walk down, I believe it's Europe Bay Trail a little bit, there's some fun like places you can pop out of the woods that have sand, so.
You mentioned that the water is really high. Was there enough sand for you to be able to go out and actually have a beach experience?
Well, it was more of a hike and then beach experience. So it wasn't your traditional, like, I'm gonna bring my bathing suit and we're gonna go lounge on the beach, but I took a hike with my mom and we just kind of found, it's a little bit of following the sand. We found a cool little sandy area and just like had lunch, like a little bit of a picnic. So it was really fun. I like the kind of experiential beaches, I guess, for lack of better phrasing.
Cool. Any other cool facts that people should know right away about Newport?
Well, Newport also is great for if you want to see a moonrise, which I hadn't really considered, but a lot of beaches around Door County, if they're on the Bayside, are really hot spots for the sunset, but you can kind of skip the crowds and also see a really gorgeous like moonrise if you go to Newport State Park, and it's also a dark sky park, so you can see the stars as well. So definitely worth checking out in the evening.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for telling me about Newport Beach and also the dark sky up there. And we'll see you again next time.
Thank you.
Maddie just completed her second summer internship with the Peninsula Pulse. And if you've enjoyed her content and want to hear more about some of the stuff she's been writing about, you can listen to a couple episodes that we've had her on the Door County Pulse podcast. If you haven't listened to the Door County Pulse podcast yet, you can get it wherever you get your podcasts. We're on Spotify, or you can dig into the archives over at doorcountypulse.com/podcasts. Finally, Aaliyah Kid really dug deep into all things lavender over the last couple of weeks, so I thought I'd give her a call to learn more. Hi, Aaliyah. How are you?
Hello. Good. How are you?
Good. So last week you wrote not one, but two lavender articles. What was the inspiration to jump into lavender right now?
Well, basically it was peak season for lavender a couple of weeks ago, and people were starting to harvest the lavender.
So you did two articles. You did kind of a deep dive into a lavender farm, but then you also wrote an article about how people can experience lavender right now. Walk me through both of those.
Yeah, so I talked to Bonnie and Tom Ansley, and they are basically hobbyists for lavender. So they started growing about 5 years ago as a hobby, and it just really took off. So now they have a really beautiful lavender field behind their home, and they do have a little market stand. They do for fun, and they sell sachets and dried bundles of lavender. But that's not open to the public. So, of course, people are interested in how they can go experience lavender in the fields. And Washington Island is a perfect place to do that because we have 2 commercial lavender fields on Washington Island. There's Fragrant Isle, and then there's the Island Dairy Lavender.
Great. And then as kind of part of your weekly food roundup, you dug into a bunch of ways to enjoy lavender. Were they all edible, or were there some other ones in there as well?
Yeah, so the 4 ways to taste lavender include a scone, a cookie, a latte, and a cider. So there's a few different ways to do it. Obviously, most of them are sweet. So the latte is called the Purple Haze Latte from the Blue Horse Cafe, and that's apparently pretty sweet. So it's recommended to maybe add a shot of espresso unless you really like sweet things. And then fika, it has the lemon lavender cookie, which uses the island lavender from Washington Island, and that's a really yummy but refreshing type of cookie, and has that lemony citrus. And the same with the lemon lavender scone from Bearded Heart. So I think there's something along with pairing citrus and lavender really work well together. And then the last one was the lavender cider from Island Orchard Cider in Ellison Bay. And that's a really floral, but also subtle lavender flavor with that cider.
Now, I know that lavender has therapeutic fragrance, and most lavender products have to do with the fragrance. I had never eaten any lavender products before I came up here. As a foodie, is edible lavender something that has blown up recently, or is this something that most people know about and maybe I just don't?
Yeah, I think it's more of a European style. I know that, what's her name? Savory Spoon in Ellison Bay uses a lot of lavender, and it's more like a savory flavor with meats. But it's very tricky. It's a tricky herb to cook with, I've heard, and I haven't really attempted it myself. So it's not super new. It's not super trendy. But I did learn from talking with Tom and Bonnie Ansley that the English varieties of lavender are what you can cook with, and then the French varieties of lavender are really floral smelling, and that's what you use in your fragrance products. So there are 2 different types of lavender. One is more along the cooking end of things, and one is more for the therapeutic.
Perfect. Well, Aaliyah, thanks for jumping on and telling me all about lavender. You can check out both of those articles over on doorcountypulse.com. And I look forward to talking to you again soon about all of the rest of the new food that's been popping up this summer. Inside the pages of the Peninsula Pulse this week, you can find a couple of really interesting articles, including a piece that Maddie wrote on Midsummer Music Festival auctioning off painted violins, which is kind of a cool intersection of art and music. And also Deb Fitzgerald and Solomon Lindenberg did a deep dive into the school reopening question right now. So be sure to check out both of those articles and more within the pages of the Peninsula Pulse. And that is just some of the cool stuff that Door County has been up to this week. If you've got something that you'd like to share with us, send it over to our Facebook page at Peninsula Pulse. We cannot wait to see what you and your neighbors have been up to. Thank you for watching the Door County Pulse. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. If you're watching over on Facebook, share the video with somebody who might enjoy it. I'm Andrew Clyden. Thank you for watching the Door County Pulse, and we will see you again next week. Thank you for watching the Door County Pulse. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you will be notified as soon as there is new Door County content for you. You can check us out online at doorcountypulse.com, where you can see Door County news and the Door County Pulse podcast. Check out another video while you're here, maybe watch a playlist, and we'll see you next time.